Hey guys, so welcome to what I think this week should definitely be called It's Okay to Be You reading. So we're going to get right into it. We're going to start off with our first card here, which is our theme for this week is you do not have to apologize for taking up space. You do not have to apologize for being you. You do not have to apologize for all of the quirky things that make you you. The only thing that you do have to do is to be accountable and be responsible for the ways in which those things may affect other people's lives. I'm not talking about people pleasing here. I'm talking about if you know that you're going to be 15 minutes late for everything, then you let people know that you're 15 minutes late for everything and they'll tell you to come. They'll tell you like that everything's 15 minutes earlier. But you won't know. And that's okay on everybody's side. So the other thing is also for those things, create strategies. Create strategies for those things that you feel like you have to apologize for. They don't have to be big, they don't have to be elaborate, but ways in which it can relieve your guilt and make it easier for you to just be you. So, we're going to go straight into our gratitude this week and what we want to be gratitude or where we want to put our gratitude this week and focus on. Oh my gosh, I cannot talk. So, our quote here says, I love you as certain dark things are to be loved in secret between the shadow and the soul. And your gratitude this week is to conjure in your mind's eye a secret pleasure and give thanks for the luxury of enjoying something that is yours alone. So, this can be a lot of things. I recommend keeping this within the realm of things that are legal and do not harm yourself or other people. But really taking a moment to appreciate those things about yourself that you don't necessarily share, that are the secrets between yourself and your soul. And our kindness for this week is going to be loving our imperfections. And so sometimes those secret things that we love, those dark things, we consider them imperfections, but it's bringing love and appreciation to even those things. And one of our tasks this week, as we are in a place, when we are challenged with this, when we find ourselves out in the world and we are feeling challenged in just being who we are, take that time when you head to the bathroom, when you head to the loo, take that time to do some deep breathing, to bring yourself back to center, and to remind yourself that it's okay that you are you. It is okay for you to be you. Now, with some of these imperfections that we're embracing, with our little secret pleasures, one of the things that we are going to need to bring forward is our own intuition, is our knowledge, our independent reasoning, our discernment, because some of us may have guilty secret pleasures that are inappropriate, that are harmful, and we can use our intuition to know when it's like, hey, no, 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 that is between me, myself, and the secret of my house. Or we use that intuition, we use that discernment to really look at for those guilty pleasures that are inappropriate, that are, potentially illegal. You should not run up to the police and scream ACAB. You're probably going to get in trouble. You should not, illicit drug, things like that. You guys know what I'm talking about. There are things that are people's guilty pleasures that we use to cope with life. And one of the things that we can do with this intuition, with this discernment, is to look at where is it that we are actually getting this pleasure. Because we can look at kind of the guilty pleasure scale on three places. One, you at level one, you have, truly benign, innocent, wonderful things. That walk on the beach, that secret stash of chocolate you hide, the bath that you take when your kids are gone. The more innocent things, the sneaking out and having your favorite food from your favorite restaurant and not telling anyone. That's a level one. Level two, we have the things that we might share with our closest friends that other people might judge us for. They may not be illegal, they may not be harming other people, but in some way or another, they're kind of looked down on a little bit in polite society, so to speak. And so we have level two. And then we have level three. And those are the things that are completely inappropriate. Running up to a cop for no reason, like I said, screaming ACAB, bumping a line off of anything that you're not supposed to be bumping up a line off of anything. So those sorts of things, the things that are illegal, the things that could cause harm to people. And with the level two things that we are uncomfortable with, and all of the level three things, one of the activities we can do is to use this intuition to look at what is really giving us the pleasure. Is it the secrecy? Is it the taboo-ness? Because most of the time, it's not the actual act. So when we have those things that in level two we're uncomfortable with and we really want to move out of, and number three that aren't serving us or are potentially really harmful to ourselves or others, really taking that deeper dive and looking at why am I getting this pleasure? Am I hiding? Am I running? Do I, all of those things, so that we can go deeper and shift those things that are inappropriate and illegal when we find what the need that's being filled or the actual thing that's giving us pleasure. A lot of times we can then take that and find a place that is more appropriate, that is now, things that were in level three that are now in level two. That sort of shift, so that we can bring them into a space where they are healthier, where they are less toxic, where they're less likely to get us in trouble or cause other people harm. And with that, that is where, as we're learning to love our imperfections, we can then look at what are some of these things here to teach us. Instead of rejecting them, what are they here to teach us? And with this kindness, this is one of those places where we want to expand that to other people as well. So in learning to love our own imperfections on all of the different levels, the things that might be quirky to the things that can really harm us or other people, really looking in that and learning to have that same compassion for ourselves and for other people, and looking at what we can learn from it in both ourselves and other people. And so then our self-care is remembering to forgive ourselves for the mistakes that we've made in the past and for the mistakes that other people may have made in the past, and practicing gratitude for how far we've come in the present moment, and remembering that if your compassion does not include yourself, it is incomplete. And so then our final message for this week is to move out of judgment. All of this work is to take ourselves out of the space of judgment with other people and with ourselves. That does not mean if you have someone that that does level 3 stuff, that they have to be a part of your life. But you can maybe learn from what's going on there so that you can be in a place of discernment as opposed to judgment, which is the discernment is, I'm not going to be around that person. But the lack of judgment is, but I understand that they have their struggles and they have their work to do. So that's it for this week, guys. I hope that resonated. I'd love to hear any feedback you have in the comments. Talk to you soon. Bye.